This is the supergrid. The energy industry is responsible for more than 70% of all carbon emissions. As the climate crisis is worsening every year, many scientists only see one way out: an electric grid operated wholly by renewables. There is only one problem. With the intermittency of renewables combined with the conventional grid, this is not feasible. This is where the supergrid comes into play. The supergrid would be a transcontinental transmission network that would enable the trade of high volumes of electricity across great distances by using high-voltage direct current cables to connect the world. The latest generation of high-voltage direct current power lines can transmit energy with losses of only 1.6% per 1,000 kilometers, which is more than 3 times better than their alternating current counterparts. Several projects like this already exist in China and Spain, so no new technology is needed. A supergrid would support a global energy transition by smoothing local fluctuations of wind energy and solar energy. They are a key technology to stop global warming and create a world of abundance. Although solar and wind are the cheapest form of energy, nearly 3 times cheaper than conventional sources, their location is almost completely impractical. Placing them where it is the most suitable could even lower renewable electricity prices over 2 times, thereby reducing energy prices over 5 times. A supergrid would also enable us to rely completely on renewables by placing solar panels in deserts and wind farms at seas, while also making energy an order of magnitude cheaper. The supergrid would enable us to eliminate the use of fossil fuels, reduce electricity prices, raise reliance, and create new industries and a carbon-free grid. You might ask, what's the cost of all this? Our and scientists' estimations put the total cost at around $30 trillion, which is less than 1/10 of global depth. The cost might sound intimidating at first, but we must remind ourselves that this works like a domino, where you tip the first domino over and that causes a landslide. One successful project could kickstart the whole process. A Sahara-Europe connection would be ideal for the Kickstarter project. Combined with wind farms at places like the Northern Sea or the Mediterranean, connected with the already existing renewables, would enable a completely renewable grid for Europe. Some might argue that the idea wouldn't work because of politics and regulations, but they do not factor in the huge economic advantage coming with it. Since this would put Europe at a significant competitive advantage, other countries would have to act too, or watch their entire industry humiliated by Europe. Other continents would have to start forming their own mini-supergrids to keep up with the competition. This process would eventually lead to the formation of the supergrid, since competing continental grids would merge in order to harness the benefits of economies of scale and increased reliability. There is a huge market to capture. The world's energy expenditures are expected to be over $6 trillion per year, which would be reduced to just $1.3 trillion. With the willingness to pay of $4.7 trillion per year for this product, and with a total cost of $30 trillion, investing in the supergrid would be one of the highest yield investments out there. It is easy to see how this process would finance itself. By harnessing the energy from solar panels in deserts and windmills at the sea, we create a blue ocean with never-seen-before market applications, with a vast amount of Tier 1, 2, and 3 customers. The supergrid will serve as a crucial infrastructure and provide the basis for many industries, like the shipping industry was to the newly formed e-commerce industry. The grid could become the basis for an endless supply of new industries. Potential applications include abundant fresh water for everybody with seawater desalination, gigaton-scale carbon capture, vertical farming, and many other revolutionary applications which are currently limited by high energy prices. It is easy to see how a supergrid would offer a leap in buyer value and open a vast blue ocean, while also having the potential to solve 3 of the most pressing issues of our lifetime: food scarcity, water scarcity, and climate change. It's time to lead the future with the supergrid.